Give me a call or find me on them internets at www.
Super Mario World 2, only on the Super NES.
The Earth, that's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever... Consome, consome, consome panchi! Panchi de genki, consome panchi!
Hello, こんにちは。どちらのお国の方ですか
？Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia.
一緒 Same?
Yeah.
は何しに日本へ
Vacation.
Oh, vacation.
Yeah. We're gonna try and see Mount Fuji today.
マウント富士行くの
2 weeks.
観光5日目これから富士山に行くんだって
And I wanted to try the food. Here, the food's amazing. So, fire ramen in Kyoto yesterday.
Fire ramen?
Yeah.
ファイヤーって言うのは辛いんですか
No, they set it on fire.
本当に燃えるんだ。
何これラーメンからマジファイヤーマジ何これネギがどっさりラーメン燃えた油で香りがアップするんだって大興奮
Oh, yes, very good. Yeah, very good. Okay.
Hello and welcome to another exciting, fab glorious episode of the Super Bunny Hop Super Poverty Metal Gear Solid Bunny Hop Permadeath Extravaganza sad stream ? I'm not entirely sure. I'm definitely tired though. It's definitely a tired stream. Unfortunately, the main menu music of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is probably the most generic it's gonna get. I realized during the pre-stream countdown that I forgot how incredibly, ridiculously, impressively, technically speakingly, the music in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is. Oh my word. Oh my word, is it going to get, Oh yeah, está en español, we're gonna practice. So, I'm very tired today, unfortunately. I went to City Hall and gave a speech. I went to City Hall, to a City Hall meeting, and gave a speech to the city itself. The whole entire city was in there, and I, was at the podium for about 2 minutes, but the whole process is 4 hours long, and it's definitely not for normal people. It was only a 2-minute long speech. I was in and out of the premises over the course of 4 hours. I had to prepare everything for about 24 hours in advance, but did wear out on me a bit, so I apologize if I am not too active of a stream narrator tonight. Let me move my microphone a little bit closer to my mouth so that it'll pick up all the little stuff, and let me move my volume meters into my own eyeball's frame of vision so that I can monitor my hair level and my volume level simultaneously. Perfect. We're operating on all cylinders. So Historia is probably going to be the story option. Nuevo Juego! We actually want configurar. If I remember how the New Game Plus stuff is going to work right. We're going to be using an old save where everything is already completed and the mariachi uniform is already unlocked just as it should be. Uniform of mariachi. Katana is the armor principal. Alabarda. It's the big giant pole. Sai. Oh, that word's the same in both language. Oh, I didn't unlock this one. Tenazas. Okay, so this must be, who's the Red Dawn guy? Anyways, I remember the polearm being very powerful. Okay, hair. Do we want Pellicula A or B? Both of them are 50 bucks. 50,000 bucks. I have 218,000 bucks, but I cannot afford hair B. Vita, Heart, Life. Oh, yeah. Oh, these are going to make the game way more easier than intended, actually. I'm just now realizing. Because if I'm going to be spending any of this money on anything, it should totally be this stuff. Nuevo. Porta. Look at that stripper dance he's doing. I am $20,000 too short. But I think my money would be better spent upgrading my my cylinders de energia for $60,000. I can't. Oh, that's 600,000, not 60. Too many zeros, my word. Okay, so that should definitely make the game easier. Cuerpo. We have all the good ones, it looks like. Oh, yeah. And by we have all the good ones, it looks like, I really just mean that we bought the mariachi uniform and nothing else. I feel like I had to restart this game a few times on a few different Steam accounts over the years. And anyways, we're Solaire, yeah, see. I guess we have to start a new game from one menu backwards before this one. Nuevo Juego. Yeah, we have one in progress. We can go back to Mission to RV and Collection to resume some of it. Is it Seguro? Yeah, see, it's Seguro. We're gonna do Normal instead of Difficile or Muy Difficile. For some reason, I would have thought that difficult and extra difficult would have translated to something that sounds cooler in Spanish than Difficile and Muy Difficile. Years upon years ago, we have played and beaten the game in Revengeance mode, and it was actually a lot of fun up until the final boss fight. That one took 20 hours. But for this permadeath business, I think the lesson has been learned over the past few games to pick normal mode if I don't know the game very well. I do actually kind of know Metal Gear Rising, but it was over 10 years ago when I last Jugar Tutorial. Yes, it has been so many years that I want to Jugamos Tutorial. We after that much time, anyone would have to do the tutorial. I know I'm rusty.
With a quick warm-up, shall we? Check the Soliton radar on the upper
Soliton.
right and head to the point marked on the display. You can jump over obstacles, but the ninja run will get you across them more quickly and easily.
Okay. So dialogue's gonna be in Inglés. Carrera. Movers. Ah. Trying to remember if I can bounce off the walls and go in the opposite direction or not. But I can't help but notice that this style of camera almost feels a little dated when at the time it was regarded as just objectively technically superior.
Or striking your foes with a sliding attack.
Our trigger? Right, ninja run. Wee. Okay, Cortar is kick. Tacky Rapido is fast attack. Wow. Oops. Wow. Whoa, what? Wow. Okay, that definitely didn't look as cool as they wanted it to. Meta. Is this tutorial about tutorials? Oh yeah, Cortar would be to cut. So then why is it referring to the Y button, the like kick, the vertical?
Now then,
Oh, I think it's fast cut and then regular
the
cut.
enemies that appear. String light and strong hits together to perform combination attacks.
Suave and fuerte. Muertes.
Combat is
Golpes.
however, you also need to protect yourself. First, follow the direction of the enemy's attack. Parry those attacks by executing light attacks of your own in the same direction.
So what I love about this game,
Parry. It is the keystone of your defense.
or one of the things I love about this game, still got it, is that they made an official game mechanic that you gotta learn and practice and get good at out of just mashing the attack button in the general direction of the bad guys.
In as close
That is
as
your
possible.
parry function, is to mash the attack button in the direction of bad guys.
From your perspective,
Because they know that's how everyone mostly plays these games anyway.
or at least
They
moving
know.
very slowly. This is the perfect opportunity for you to carefully aim your strike, then slice your foe apart. Keep in mind, even
He's
you
talking
must be
about
able to
this like
parry
it's a
every
lot
time
more delicate than it really
attack.
is.
Carefully.
Oh my gosh. The screen just froze up and stuff. Is the stream still working correctly? I think I'm gonna have to... Oh my gosh, it seems like Firefox is not responding either. I think I might have to pause and resume the stream real quick here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, page crashed in Firefox. Something bad happened, and it's been a while. It's been a while since something bad has happened. Is this page gonna load back up or what? Looks like stream's going good. That's interesting. Okay, I'll keep it going. I won't pause it. Wait a second. The the game capture window is all black, so we're going to be playing it in a windowed projector. Yeah, this is normal, all right. Okay.
so far in just 3 short years?
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people.
Did they ever make it clear what year this game was supposed to take place in?
And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
What a normal-looking person.
Groups like yours as opportunists, enablers.
Okay, so this game takes place 5 years in the past.
Order has returned.
Audio is very quiet.
Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
No, you weren't
prefer
wrong.
Private security provider, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, security can mean many things.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking
Overall,
a life,
though, not
others
just
can be
game
preserved.
audio.
It's the code the samurai lived by.
Oh my god, Raiden.
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
I could say the same
This-
about you, Mr. Prime Minister.
I feel like this game is a good knock in the
What is happening?
in the bow of people who believe you don't necessarily need Kojima to nail the tone and atmosphere and vibes of a good classic Metal Gear game. Cause that whole exchange just then was beautifully funny if you know how cheesy what they were saying actually was.
I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
An overused white man's term. So this shit like that is why the game is officially rated with the adults only rating in Japan. That means they either can't really sell it in stores or have to only sell it for a limited time to specially designated super turbo whale fans. Split in half like a gore watermelon. Yeah, you can't do the gore watermelon stuff in Japan, which is ironic. In Japan, all the blood is white in this game, unless you buy the limited edition AO version. It was only sold for like 2 weeks for a $20 markup. Wouldn't someone have noticed that going down the highway?
Stay calm.
He's got friends on our 12.
Raiden!
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister.
They make such a big fancy show out of this cyborg ninja body that he has, but isn't it going to get replaced like 30 minutes into the game? How come the subtitles aren't in English? What do you mean?
Let's get this over with.
Okay, so we're just gonna mash square on these guys, right? I don't think we have to think very hard about this. But there is some kind of, oh my god. Oh my god! What's going on? What's going on? What happened to my projector capture window? Okay, game capture. No! No! Start! 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 Okay. How was I doing this a second ago? We gotta right... No, we don't! The problem is that when the game window has focus, we're in the black... It gives me a black screen. I need to make a windowed projector in OBS and mash the attack button. There we go, there we go. Alright, we got this, we got this. Everything's perfect. I'm playing in a postage stamp sized screen, and my muscle memory has me instinctively trying to witch time dodge these. The limo's in trouble. Okay, okay. I gotta make the source projector bigger though. There are actually more important things going on right now. I forgot how healing works. We don't have our sombrero. We don't have our mariachi uniform on yet. Okay, we're gonna ninja walk like this. There's also some kind of LOD bug going on. That distant shadow was giving me a... Trying to remember how to play the game. Okay, okay. I've remembered how to play the game now.
Right, it's on the other side of that barricade.
So I think I recall being able to put a little bit of ninja running in the middle of some of your combos. And really, the trick to crossing the gap from normal ordinary gameplay to being a super cool hardcore gamer is mastering the perfect parries like that. And also using blade canceling to extend your combos. Is he? Oh yeah, we're good. Seems like LT is also a good camera controller button.
What are you doing, Ryder? Get to that limo. If you can't cut through the barricade, try the fence, huh?
Yeah, there we go, we made it. We just needed to slice. Oh no, the stream can't handle the slicing. Oh boy. I wonder how it's gonna handle this then. It seems kind of out of place when the normal dramatic orchestra music kicks in after the super duper awesome heavy metal Linkin Park stuff. Jeez. So we're gonna kick ass for like 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna get our ass kicked. Dante!
So you're Jack.
What do you want with the Prime Minister?
That's not the voice I remember.
Dead. Nothing personal, of course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer?
This is so stupid, it's great.
Don't do it!
This is so stupid, I love it.
Don't worry now, I won't.
How about cutscenes? Is the stream handling the cutscenes?
Useful.
It makes me wonder how Bayonetta would look. The exaggerated facial animation of Platinum Games is something I don't think we were able to notice in the 2010s like we should have been noticing. Okay, we're gonna parry this thing.
Here? Right. Take out that UMG and get after it. Catch that missile before it falls. Use your ninja run to deflect those shots.
So is he just like watching this on the radio right now?
Use blade mode to damage its armor.
Yeah. Katana Libre.
They swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon. Use the ninja run to dodge that plasma.
What's the Z targeting button? The lock-on button? I forgot. It's messing some of my moves up. Is it R1? Is it L1? Is it RB? Yeah. So it also doesn't matter how many times you slash them up. I think you just need to do it like twice and you're good. But, for good measure, the game wants you to mash. It's also ridiculously impressive that they programmed in this visually intimidating spectacle robot. Hang on. For just the boss purposes. Is it clicky the sticky? Yeah, it's clicky the sticky. That's how you lock on. Alright, now I need to figure out how clicking the stick works. That's how it works. Okay, we're gonna lock on to his left leg. God, this has sauce. Or wait, are we supposed to do damage to both of them? I think we just need to get the meter of one of these feet down to 0. Maybe not though. Oh wait, no, it actually resetted the meter. Okay, let's try slashing at the other leg for a while. 82 health is not enough to make me feel alarmed. I'm trying to clicky the sticky to get my camera on this thing and it keeps veering away. Yeah. So another thing to know is that you're better off not using the analog stick for those blade mode. You're better off using X and Y. Yeah! Yes, yes.
Very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
Oh, I only got a B? Come on. Come on.
Collapse building. Go.
Why did he stand there for so long?
Use your ninja ramp to move over obstacles automatically.
I think you can generally tell the budget of a AAA video game by how many elaborately scripted set pieces they've programmed into the tutorial. We've got a decently medium to large budget here. It's not horrifically unsustainably huge. This is no Grand Theft Auto 5 or Resident Evil 6, but they definitely... This is absolutely not a pixel art indie game about depression either. Where was I going with that? Okay, I might need help. How do I heal? A Yuda... Oh, shit. So, I totally remember, like, healing gel or something. How do I block the laser? How do I avoid these things? Something bad is happening, and I don't want my run to end now. The missile says health packs. Okay, thank you. Good to know. Yeah, I remember that from, the Revengeance mode run. But how do I...
Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles.
I'm trying. There we go! We got heals. Perfect. So, is it sticky clicky to heal... Okay. Is it sticky clicky to... Is it sticky clicky to lock the camera on the things? It seemed like it was for a while ago earlier, but there's not really, just like a flat solid piece of ground they give you a basic enemy to learn the game with. Click the right stick to lock the camera on. I remember a camera lock thing. I remember it being important. Ah! Okay, that time I was glancing away at chat, and I don't think you can get away with that very much. This game, yeah, I do remember being able to parry that, though, when it slams its head into the building. Katana Libre. Basic enemy to learn is not platinum way of doing stuff. Wait, we didn't fail the QTE, did we? No, it's a platinum game. Back when they had the saws, you always like ran down a clock tower in slow motion. Oh! Oh! There's tension there. Okay, so for a while there, I know that in these games, you're liable to all of a sudden dart off into the air and turn into a little Team Rocket spec and die quite hilariously during those scenes. If you, like, lose your gripping or your foothold on whatever gravitational source of pull is holding you onto the clock towers in Platinum game intro sequences. Thankfully, I made it, though. Yeah, I think I remember dying and failing a few times during that clock tower thing in pretty stupid ways. $5 trillion in property damage. Yeah, that tutorial boss reminds you what it feels like to be alive and feel joy. That was something else. After all these years, that's still something else. Demonaldo. Shouldn't he have said something like, what the hell? Look how cool this is.
Right, an unidentified field rotor is headed your way. Keep an eye out for it.
The camera automatically pulls up to show you it, but... Okay, right-click locks onto guys, but we're not locking onto this guy. I'm, like, not close enough.
Prime Minister!
You mean a Gray Fox game?
Too little too late. I won't be needing my little shield here any longer.
Stop!
That's really gross, by the way.
What about all the good things war has done for us? Why don't we ever hear speeches about that? Jobs, technology, a common purpose?
Raiden, forget me. Stop him.
You ain't listening.
Mind if I cut in? All we're saying, give war a chance!
No!
Mitsurugi? We gotta fight Mitsurugi. There's some kind of really generic, contemporaneous action theme off Dark Knight that kicks in that sounds so out of place compared to the rest of the music.
Don't be shy.
Can I just go?
Mightier than the pen after all.
Oh no, this is totally not the generic. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I remember this one very well. It's like orchestral filler that they use.
Self-taught. And not half bad.
still. Your technique lacks.
Look at how fast their train is going. Oh, I'm still taking damage from that. Am I taking too much damage? 12? Five, 1.6.1. Is he just waiting for me to make one mistake? Is that what triggers the story to go on? I'm also trying to lock on with the camera and it's still not happening. How long is that tutorial, right? Bom 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 wow bom 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 wow. So it looks like if you got the muscle memory, there we go. Finally, one mistake has been made.
I see. You deny your weapon its purpose.
Oh, right. Like, okay. So the vibes of the music just dramatically changed.
It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No.
Oh, hey, Quiddlesticks.
Tool of justice.
I just now realized the sparks make it a fire sword. So there's so much metal on metal friction through a fuel train canister that it coats the sword in sparkling gasoline for a few seconds, and then he fires it like a gun. I also forgot that he has his holster has a gun in it, an explosive chamber for shooting the sword out of the holster extra fast. We're not all right. No, we gotta go. We need to go this way. Oh, it's not gonna work. We're also fighting on an oil wagon. This is Samurai X level stuff. I'm just trying to walk away and he's rubbing it in. Look at this asshole laughing at me, farting in my face. Okay, we also just clarified that it's either R1 or R2 to lock on. Gee, that clarifies it. Okay, now what about healing? How do I eat healing paste? How do I eat healing cement? Yeah, he is. He's just bullying me. God, I forgot what it was like for a game to feel like it's having fun to be here. They're having fun programming his AI. A tutorial fight that doesn't feel like a tutorial fight. A tutorial level that doesn't feel like a tutorial level. You're body slamming giant building-sized robots and backflipping off of their missiles in midair, but you don't have to. You only have to press the single win game button on the controller to do it. This fight you're supposed to lose. I guess they just want me to take a swing. I don't think healing goo is gonna help me, but well, next time it might. It might help me next time. Okay, we'll do some vanity attacks.
Did you want to practice first? Gotta try harder than that.
Can I jump? I cannot jump.
Did you want to practice first?
Oh no! Who'd have seen it coming? How many tutorial fights in games that you're supposed to fail are you aware of? And how many of them are actually good? Oh yeah, he gets shot with a rocket. I remember what happens next.
Lucky devil.
Or not a rocket. But a machine gun. I remember him suddenly getting shot by something off camera. He would have taken less damage if he just fell off the train. Also, we should begin the next level with the mariachi uniform on, right? The tunnel eventually ended, as did the tutorial. Next level is going to be the... Now he gets shot by a rocket.
Down you go! Flares!
Bengales. Okay, that orchestral theme that's going... It played when the camera was zooming out. That's from something. What is that from? Because it sounds a lot like... There was some famous Batman movie at the time or something that was doing that. The sick-ass electro-metal Linkin Park... what is that? 3 days later? Or 3 weeks later. Tres semanas después, right? The electro-metal Linkin Park stuff still sounds rad. But the orchestral filler sounds dated?
How is it, Ryder?
So far, so good.
It sounds like Hans Zimmer, yeah. Which is funny because the Harry Gregson Williams in Metal Gear Solid proper,
I mean, how does it feel?
I don't know,
To fly like a bird.
Like a bird strapped to a remote.
the MGS2 and 3 orchestral soundtracks
We'll get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and
aren't quite
enjoy
hitting
your-
me with the decade later feeling of genericness that this one is.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body.
Okay, yeah, this game's music when it's not whiny emo rock. God, it's such... You're totally not wrong, but calling it whiny emo rock is like rubbing your thumb in my brain somewhere. I just want to defend it in reaction to that. This game's music when it's not whiny emo rock is just standard issue Hans Zimmer, which is overly done in AAA games. Standard issue fake Hans Zimmer, I think...
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's very easy for editors. I've noticed an overusage of it in the 2010s. You can glue a lot of disparate shots and moods and vibes together with a simple progressive that kind of thing. Like, how in the world are the copyright police not even... They were able to... The copyright police were able to prevent Kojima from having the actual Metal Gear Solid theme in Metal Gear Solid games, but the copyright police are somehow unable to encourage the neoclassical movie industry and the movie music industry to have one different song. We've heard da-na-na-na-na-na-na too many times. They can think up of a different song than da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Legally distinct da-na-na-na-na-na-nas. This is a legally distinct da-na-na-na-na-na-na, and it blows my mind that this is... The Metal Gear Solid main theme was less legally distinct from the Russians' original composition than this is from the 9 Steps from Hell or whatever the generic movie orchestra company was called.
The entire region. But our more immediate problem is jet stream.
Similar enough to tickle your brain, but different enough to keep the copyright bots away. I'm just imagining Vanilla Ice sitting there testifying in court, going like, "See, our song didn't go da na 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 na. It went da na 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 na." That's how similar they are, though. I think it's more Kojima self-copyright policing himself than anyone else. Maybe. But what's funny is that the Harry Gregson Williams in Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 does sound like original and very grand and impressive. Look at how good this looks! Right? The music that plays when Snake does this stuff feels like it's selling the scene a little bit more than the music here, where it's really the visuals that I think have stuck out into everyone's mind most of all for this intro cutscene. By the way, I do not think this is real time. I think I'm seeing some compression artifacts on the edges of models.
Ryder, you landed safely, huh?
Now we're real time. This looks so good.
The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on codec if you have questions.
So there were some funny things going on around here, weren't there? Some fun... Right, the cats. The cats are fun. If you try to slash the cats, they're always dancing out of the way. Yeah, look at that! They have an animation for it. So I think the barrels also had something fun going on. Nah, nothing fun going on. They're just fun to slice around like so many other fun things in this game. I think you can also screw around with some of this architecture. Yeah, that thing just took a huge tumble. Okay, the music here in the background of this, I don't know what it is. Is it just me, or is the music in the background of this filler section of the game somehow doing more to stimulate your imagination through your ears than the cutscene dramatic da-na-na-na-na-na-na music does? The da-na-na-na-na-nas are a plague. They stick out like a sore thumb so much harder now than they did back in the day. Look how good this looks!
The bastards are using stealth cable to ambush you. Nice try. But it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you, eh? Very incoming hit. Throw out your own barrage.
Nice try, guys. Nice fucking try. Wow. I think I still got it. Oops. Maybe not.
Deflect an attack and expose your enemy to counterattack.
Epic orchestral rock?
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
He even has a blindfold, an eye patch.
That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb. What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs
This
are
is
just
very
SOP troops by another name, only all muscled up. And
it's invoking a lot of RoboCop.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people. People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Why was there German on the bottom? Did you guys see that?
Even for you. Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
Cause wait, were they talking about vampires? A subtitle goof. Did you? Yeah. The music for the next scene loaded in before the cutscene was finished. There is some real polish going on here. What was the last game I played? Peace Walker.
And heavily guarded. You must take the inland route.
Yeah, it's funny. The opening credits for Peace Walker were like
This is Boris. Give me your status.
striking me as weirdly underwhelming, but here the production values are nice and
As I
high.
said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down
Oh
to the rear
yeah,
of the
item
refinery.
crates.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
There it is. Okay, A. Peace Walker's intro credits roll had no music going on in the background. The environments were extremely static. The amount of control you have over your character felt a little limited.
Flank them, or approach from behind.
Wait, no, can't we actually jump up in the air? Was it R1? B, action. Hang on, let me just grab this thing first. Nano Pega de Repair. Moving Raiden a little bit is a little weird. He doesn't like taking small steps. Oh yeah, that's a window to get Gatorade. Hollow chip. Nano Pega de Reparación. Wait, what? I forgot about this. What is this for? Oh, did I miss a box? Is that a box scanner?
Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar
also,
and IR data to construct your
there's
AR
some
display.
weirdness going on with where
Some
this game
civilians are
takes
still in the
place.
city. That is not good.
Because the location that this game takes place in is a little weird. I think I also get more points for buying things if I take their Gatorade. It's not just enough to kill them, you also have to take their goop. This game takes place everywhere. Yeah, but here, it's not Moldava. It's something similar. It's a weird Eastern European tiny city-state country that most people only know about because of Eurovision. Georgia? Abkhazia! It takes place in Abkhazia.
This area is off limits. What? No, I'm not doing that.
Sir, you're saved. You have nothing to worry about. Oops. Okay. Sir, you're saved. You have nothing to worry about.
He is scared to death, Ryder. Let him know he is safe.
Thank you. I will not forget this.
Yeah, I always grenade those dudes to save. I forgot there were grenades. I forgot how to throw grenades. Oh, there's a granada right here. Okay, how do we... No. Aha! Meryl! Okay, so it's right trigger to throw that grenade, left trigger to prime it. If I don't have it equipped, does LT do anything? No. LB, rather. Then what is keeping this equipped? I hope it heals me automatically. I really feel like Spider-Man. Most countries consider it part of Georgia. Okay, so before looking it up here on Wikipedia, I want to say that my interpretation based off of Abkhazia is, I think, a country I've never heard about anywhere outside of 20 minutes of Metal Gear Rising. I thought it was an autonomous sovereign city-state like Luxembourg or Moldova. I thought it was a weird, tiny Eastern European city-state that had a famous Eurovision entry one year, and a bit of Metal Gear Rising takes place there, and that's all anyone knows about Abkhazia. It's not Atlanta, Georgia, but it's close. But is Abkhazia actually a city in Georgia? But then again, I don't know. Maybe Abkhazia is like...
Return to your designated route, Ryder. Check the coordinates.
Are they like a separatist territory that occasionally has wars and terrorism over not being a part of Georgia? Like the Basque region in Spain? Is Abkhazia the Basque of Georgia? Is that why there's a weird terrorist guy who wants to blow up the power plant that's gonna make power for Russians and not Abkhazians? Yeah, he's mad about the power plant not being Abkhazian enough. Oh yeah, Transnistria. I thought it was something like Transnistria, and I think I'm best off parrying these things instead of whacking at them. Oh, the red actually is a little interesting. I'm supposed to do something different with the red, aren't I? Remember how scary these things were in the Metal Gear Solid 4 intro? Cinco Muertes.
Very good, Ryder. Now, keep heading for refinery.
I completely forgot about this box scanner thing. Oh, it's a bad guy scanner. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about it because it's relatively uninteresting and doesn't really seem like it's doing anything worth a lot of brain cells and thought. I want to stab these guys and then run back. Hey! Maybe the thing is... Okay! Oh, wow, that was quite the exaggerated reaction. Oh my gosh. You're taking hits. Should I eat the gel now or experiment with, I should eat the gel in the menu. Whoa! How do I eat it? It's on its way to me. X, utilizar. X, thank you. Oh, that time the rocket splash damage does nothing. There we go. No! Did I miss my chance? Also, I think I remember a way to recover more quickly from falls. Get right in to do a little dance when he hits the ground. Dance his way back up. Yeah. So I had to eat a health pack there. I do not remember whether or not the health packs automatically get consumed when you go below 0 health, and for a second there I was tempted. I had a call to the void. I was like wondering whether or not I wanted to experiment with that or not. So someone mentioned that up on the D-pad scan here, it's basically the thermal goggles. And yes, that's true, I can just think of them like the thermal goggles. But I forgot that was a feature. I doubt I'm gonna forget that the thermal goggles are a feature because you gotta go into the menu and use them. And use brain cells. You don't have to use brain cells here. It's almost like they could be turned always on and it would be almost the same game. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, I'll be right back, just a few seconds is all it'll take. This is fun, I'm having fun. It hit me when I was in the bathroom. I also got hit by the thought once again that the cyborg bad guys and good guys, the cyborg guys in this game look an awful lot similar to the cyborg guys in Deus Ex Human Revolution. I was playing that game a while ago, a few weeks ago, wasn't I? And I recall noticing the character design striking me as being somewhat similar. And there might have been some kind of synergy going on, assets being shared, artists working on the same projects between Squeenix and Eidos Montreal. But I don't know if that Eidos Montreal bridges to Japan were connecting their way through Konami at all at the time. So both games, I believe, came out in 2013. There's got to be some kind of mutual line of inspiration between the two. I also think I recall there being something annoying in here that was liable to kill me unexpectedly. Deus Ex HR came out in 11, 2 years before MGR. Oh, okay. Maybe they're designed to spec for the console generation, so they're allowed to have harshly polygonal bodies with exposed triangles everywhere, but they're going to have a similar amount of triangles compared to how much cyborg characters would have had in other console generations.
Greetings, cyborg.
Okay, this next boss
Show yourself.
has been infamously difficult for some players, but I don't think it will be for me. We've made it over an hour, by the way. We have lived for an hour. First skill checker for anyone who didn't learn to parry. I have seen myself accidentally parry many times. In this game, it seems like it was harder for me not to parry than for me to parry.
I am IF prototype LQ84I.
I like the semi-transparent red plastic on his head.
All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? What?
He's a dog with a chainsaw on its tail, and they're having this conversation about what a smart, big-brain genius it is.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them.
And he's talking through all that noise of them chainsawing through the concrete.
I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect?
Effortlessly.
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate.
God, this game is so cool. But why a dog, Platinum? It's a Super Sentai thing. These characters are inspired by some Kamen Rider guy from decades ago. Look how cool this looks! And I'm just mashing. Like, there's some... Wait, can I get the explosive barrel? Yeah. I think that did damage to me too, but more to him than me. Once you got the basic timing of mashing in the basic directions, you could just... The box was in his way for a frame. Sorry, guys. On Revengeance mode, they're a little bit more of a threat, but on normal mode, you can just go into Blade mode and one-shot them. Alright, come back down. Ah, see, what I really need to be doing to show off is his perfect parries. Well, I guess a lot of the muscle memory must have come back to me. Okay, I have an opportunity, actually. They're not... I am certainly not dead yet. Yeah! Okay, come on. We're gonna bide our time a bit and have some fun and try going for some perfect parries. Oh, we got one of these guys. Okay, I think I have a rocket launcher in my backpack somewhere. Wow. Why would he stand there? Right, and you're a super duper fast robot guy. You're a super duper fast robot guy, right? And you can whip that rocket out, like, in a matter of frame. In the amount of time it takes Raiden to whip an RPG out, aim it, and blast it, you're better off measuring that time in frames instead of seconds. But then he stops and reloads it. Is there a way to cancel the reload? There's got to be a way to cancel the reload. I just got a perfect parry in, so I guess I did some showing off. Yeah! Did you even see me casually walk away and look away from him? Okay, I didn't just beat the opening boss that gives a lot of new players trouble really easily and look cool doing it. This game kicks ass.
What would an AI know about freedom?
And they gave me an A. And I got a little snack afterwards. My god, this game kicks so much ass. Okay, we just came from Peace Walker, and I feel like this game kicks a hell of a lot more ass. Something about Peace Walker just does not vibe with me in the way it wants me to. Oh, we've got some ass to kick in the bridge ahead. Hang on. Oops, wrong button. Oops, wrong. Okay, that time the screen was full of so much gunk that I, wrong lack of button. I thought I was done, but no, there was still some mashing to be done. MGS4 was Kojima Midlife Crisis. Well, the other thing going on is that this is not a Kojima game, and I feel like you can kind of tell to some extent there, too. Because one thing that I am finding utterly delightful is that the political commentary totally super actually really is there. And it's not as preachy or long-winded about it. And it's having a lot of fun with it, actually. It's like RoboCop. It is... MGS4 is very RoboCop themed, but it doesn't seem like it's recreating the emotional core of watching RoboCop, which is simultaneously feeling disgusted and also laughing and having a good time. This game is disgusting about the villains are if you were reading about this in a newspaper, you would not have the same reaction you're having in the game, where they're like funny and you're laughing at them. But they're engaging with some like genuinely disgusting stuff and rendering some genuinely disgusting body horror at the same time you're enjoying a genuinely empowering body ninja samurai body fantasy. I think this game is better than some of the Kojima games. I think I think that when Metal Gear fans say that it's wild that they're making... Okay, and I gotta be careful here, actually. I should hold that thought, because I could unexpectedly die in the QTE. Oh shit. No! I even called it. Okay, so here we go. Explanation of what was happening. QTE was telling me to mash Y, and I was mashing Y, which cycled right into some strong, heavy attacks for the scene ahead where you're supposed to be running forwards. I should not have been mashing Y at the end of the cutscene. Now I know better. The run is technically over here, but I'm having such a good time that we're not putting it away. I got stuck in a car. I got in the car. Yep, that's it. We're gonna play a little bit more, but I'm gonna consider the we're not. I hate it. I hate it. Ah! MGS4 beat you over the head with nanomachines and 100% serious. This was the game to make it a meme. I'm not ready to confidently say that there's not anything going on in Metal Gear Solid 4 that's not absolutely a meme. And that Metal Gear Solid 4 might have actually had a better sense of humor than what most players ended up regarding it with. Yeah, I was mashing Y, and that ended up mashing me into an attack sequence with a car that I should not have been in. Can't I slash? I can blade mode the rockets, the helicopter shoots, I believe. The helicopter was just trying to chop me with propellers! I also really like the music for this helicopter. Oops. We gotta get up there while it's stunned. I like the music for this mini-boss helicopter. No generic da-na-naing here. There we go. Come on. No. Not yet. Not yet. Ow! That went totally not as smooth as I remember it going last time. I am playing on normal, yes. And we technically died before this. This is just for fun. I just want to talk a bit about how good this game is. There was a more coherent train of thought I had going about comparing it to Metal Gear Solid 4 and about RoboCop vibes. Right. Okay, so Metal Gear Solid 4 awkwardly begins with a invocation of RoboCop through satirical television programming, and then it kind of forgets for a while. The RoboCop vibes, it's like it's too deep into what RoboCop's own perspective would be like instead of the viewer who can comfortably laugh at the stuff from a distance. When Naked Snake is like fighting the Beauty and the Beast unit, sad music will play. They'll have you encounter a satirically lighthearted piece of company commercial of advertisement for Praying Mantis PMC Incorporated next to the hot Praying Mantis dominatrix leather suit babe character who does not seem to be having fun fighting you. Old Snake does not seem to be having fun fighting them. Raiden seems like he's having fun. The developers seem like they're having fun. But the type of sense of humor doesn't seem that far off, and the character designs don't seem that far off, and they take place in the same part of the universe's timelines. Screenshots from some of these characters and some of these cutscenes are going to look very, very close, and yet once the screenshots are moving in motion, it is unmistakable which game is which. Commercials, too many leather babes. Otacon cries a lot. It becomes uncomfortable very quick. Both games have the capacity to become uncomfortable. Like, Metal Gear Rising has no fair share, no shortage of hot and heavy leather babes who want to fight you and get weird about it. But yeah, Mistral as a character, the game has a lot more going for it than just her. God, what this has been exciting. I would like to play through this soon on some sort of super duper hard mode, but not when I'm doing the permadeath thing and putting it away. I am very, very ashamed that the QTE that killed me is one where I saw it coming. Kind of like when you replay Bayonetta, and every single time you replay Bayonetta, the same QTEs of the crumbling clock towers or whatever are gonna get you no matter how well you remember it. I remember that crumbling bridge. I remember dying at that crumbling bridge every freaking time I replay this game. I think I remember seeing a YouTube video of Total Biscuit dying at the crumbling bridge QTE. We can say that the thing that killed me at Metal Gear Rising is something that killed everyone else, and that is the crumbling bridge QTE in Abkhazia. Mistral is peak leather dominatrix, aggressively sexy lady. So when it comes to aggressively sexy, uncomfortably aggressively sexy ladies in Metal Gear Solid, starting at Metal Gear Solid 4, this becomes a thing. The Beauty and the Beast unit are almost like the same character with retrospect. They don't really have a lot of opportunities to come into their own. But after that, there's Dr. Strangelove, and then there's Mistral, and then there's Quiet. MGS4 tries to make you feel bad for the B&B leather babes, but then the game lets you make them pose sexy and anime dance mid-fight. I guess what the real question I'm trying to answer is, why does this feel like a better game than Metal Gear Solid 4? Coming hot off the heels of both of them, why does Metal Gear Solid 4, it feels more expensive retrospectively, but this just feels more put together, like it knows what it wants out of you and out of the machine it was trying to make in the factory. Metal Gear Solid 4 seems more thematically confused. Is thematic cohesion really the #1 most important thing that you need for a video game classic that's going to stick with you your whole entire life? Has Metal Gear Rising aged better already than Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker? It's the keyword, thematic cohesion. Peace Walker seemed weirdly more happy to be there. Like there was more energy put onto nailing its aesthetic concepts than Metal Gear Solid 4, but Rising feels more happy to be here, more aesthetically cohesive than both. So Metal Gear Solid 4 doesn't seem to have a solid nail over how much RoboCop it wants to be. It doesn't seem to have a solid grasp over how sad versus how cheery it wants to be, or if it really has a solid grasp over a juxtaposition between the two, which Metal Gear games so often do. Peace Walker doesn't seem to have a solid grasp over how hardcore of a Metal Gear game it wants me to be. over how technically demanding it wants the finesse and precision of my gameplay performance to be versus how lightweight and streamlined its mechanics are going to be. Whereas Metal Gear Solid 4 seems to be kind of confused over whether or not it's making a point about the war economy and the private military complex economy and the fan service economy. Metal Gear Solid 4's pitfalls, I believe, lie somewhere with how it tries to juggle the fan service baggage above all else. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker's pitfalls, I believe, lie somewhere with suddenly changing its audience age demographic to a very different target than the usual, while still trying to work with some baggage from the usual. Rising does not have those problems. Which is weird, because it feels like Rising is following up Metal Gear Solid 4 in the timeline. It's in such a confusing place in the Metal Gear Solid timeline and aesthetic vibes, like whether or not it's an 80s action movie game or a Ghost in the Shell sci-fi cyberpunk anime. And yet it nailed it. It figured it out. It knew how to square all the circles. Okay. If I just remembered that on the titulo screen, we have something that can save the run. Not really save the run, but at least keep me playing and enjoying and having fun. And those are the VR missions. 46 hours. That's pretty good. Missions de RV. It's reality virtual in Spanish? Wait, what's the Konami code do? Cuerpo mejorado de Cyborg Rojo. Desplogue red. I got a red thing. I got a blue thing. Realidad virtual. These are going to be fun. This is going to be a fun way to kill the time after the unfortunately, but not unexpectedly, killed run from early. Eliminar todos lo imagino. How come these aren't completed? I think the first time I played this game was on... Was it on Steam or 360? I think it was 360. So I think I would have had more of the VR missions completed on the Xbox 360. Oh, well that's fine. I won't need the Konami code where we're going. So one nice thing about the Platinum action games is how fancy combos are there, but you really don't need to memorize anything more complicated than just light heavy, alternate between the two and you're good. Just don't mash the same button, just mash the one and only button right next to it and you're good. Oof. I'd love to see Naughty Dog Metal Gear. I think it would be amazing, but really interesting. Yes. You know what? I don't disagree. Mastering some sequence of events that rope grabby animation triggers is something that I remember using for my advantage in the Revengeance run. I can't get over how much of this muscle memory is coming back to me and how the ways that you interact with enemies and what sort of utility function their attack animations can serve. Owie, owie, owie. Come Come on, come on. There we go. Ha ha ha. Oh, yeah! That felt so good. This is, I think it's actually kind of wild how I'm simultaneously get the feeling of, wow, they sure don't make these classic retro video games like they used to. And yet the graphics that I'm seeing on my screen through my eyeballs with my face is someone who still has living memories of when 8-bit pixel art games were the norm. It's wild that something can feel like so technologically impressive and also like a nostalgic retro throwback to how they don't make them like they used to. Yay! Did I not do it? That sounded a little sad. The fanfare at the end of the mission was like da na 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 1401, 1573, 1401. Maybe that was the good sound, because it looks like I got first place. So I think the best thing about Naughty Dog doing Metal Gear is that try as they might, there's no escaping the campy, silly, fun stuff. We get to see Naughty Dog be campy and silly and fun again, and it has been a while. Hey, why are you running away? Oh no! I felt so incredibly cocky. So you'd be able to have emotionally heavy tearjerker Naughty Dog and fun Naughty Dog coming back from the dead together at last. But why even ask? Because a good Metal Gear game that gives you the best of both worlds is what you'd get anyway. I think it's also kind of funny how much of a shield, a huge, reliable, sturdy tower shield of a protection the skinny little katana gives Raiden long term over the course of the whole entire game too. I did not take any hits then. Oh wait, no, I remember the puffy white guy. Puffy white guy got a couple hits in on me when I was acting cocky. Look at this. I have not played this game in maybe 10 years. I can't get over that. There's such a distinct rhythm to the basic loop of your fights in this game, of chopping people up until you can Zandatsu them and take their Gatorade, that sticks with you after a decade. Are there some of these I haven't? Okay, well, we'll jump way down below the list to something harder here. What's the grenades for? Oh, I have no sword! I have no sword! Grenade only, Final Destination, European Extreme, Revengeance, no sword run, let's fucking go. Okay. This is so cute. They're even doing the cute VR mode stuff that you didn't even see in the real Metal Gear Solid games after a few years. Oh, get away. I need some distance. We're using projectile weapons only, guys. Quit cheating. Okay, did I do it? Oh wait, no. This is silly. I think this is a little silly. Just a little silly. What is the cook timer on these grenades? A little wacky. This is gonna be so silly. This is so silly! They want me to hit multiples, I guess. The splash damage. Why would Raiden need to know any of this? I don't know, but I'm really glad I skipped to the
What's wrong? Come on, buddy, answer me.
I'm really glad I skipped to the silly stuff at the end of the VR missions because it's so good to know. I completed this game on the hardest difficulty mode, and I didn't even know there were silly VR missions at the bottom of the list like this. The Metal Gear Solid VR missions are so fun because there's a Cyborg Ninja mode where they toy with the idea, the tantalizing, fantastical idea that one day there might have been a whole game where they'd make you play as the Cyborg Ninja. So maybe at the end of the Cyborg Ninja game, it's only appropriate that they have extra VR missions about only using rocket launchers and grenades. I don't know, maybe someday they'll make a Metal Gear game where you're rocket launcher grenade man. That doesn't sound quite as cool as being a Cyborg Ninja man, but maybe some kids think rocket launchers and grenades are cool uses. Oh, this is a choke point. I'm supposed to funnel them into the blocks for choking them into points. These are called choke points in the world of video game spatial combat terminology. Rocket launcher ninja. I even love the silly little dance they do when you first walk in the room. Ow! No! Oh, I can't hit them with their own splash damage.
This can't be happening.
Okay, so how do I hit them with rockets when shooting them with rockets slows me down so much that I get hit by a rocket? Rocket, rocket, rocket. At least now I know about the choke points. Good to know. Tap the aim button twice for a quick fire. That is so much faster. I think that's gonna make this ridiculously easier. That's not even like the same weapon almost. But look at that. I'm dancing compared to how it worked before. Let's see if I can do it with grenades. Yes, you can. Wow, I got this. We got this. I don't even feel like I don't have a sword anymore. Isn't that kind of, Metal Gear Acid gets into some similar vibes to this hypothetical Commandos-style team tactics game where you play as big bosses cavalcade. Big boss's cavalcade of weird villains. I beat the game on Revengeance mode and never knew about this. It would have been locked in my muscle memory otherwise. So much more came back to me through muscle memory. Blade canceling came back to me through muscle memory, but this quick fire thing didn't. I don't know, I haven't played Poops. I don't know if Poops has aged well. It's a good sentence. I can't even blade mode them when they're... Oh, that was a lot. Oh. No. I didn't know that they were so funny. That's a damn good auto-aim system, too. Right in when I'm double pressing that aim button, has correctly done what I've wanted him to do most of the time. And he takes very little splash damage, which is so nice. Aww. Oh, I don't think we heal. I might want to pay a little more attention to how much damage I take in the beginning of the level. wait, can I exploit this? I think I can. Yeah.
Firing RPG.
Do I have to take out all the little minions as well? I actually don't think I have to take them out, but I will collect as much ammo as possible before going to the tough new area. Oh my gosh, I do actually have to kill them. Ah! Come on. The lock-on thing on this launcher was garbo. Is there still... Okay. They unlocked it. Ah! Uh-oh. We just faded to black or something. The windowed projector screen is no longer being very responsive. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, there we go. I was kind of blind. Ugh. Can I get it back? There were some technical difficulties during this stream. Windowed projector. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it back. What should I be doing if something like that happens during ground zeros, though? This is... Oh, ah! Okay. Window projector. Make it big. No, we're going black again. Maybe now's the time I should call it. I do seem to be noticing some jiggling going on with the cables. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I just want to clear this stage. It's interesting. This is an interesting, different way to play the game. I think cable snagging has something to do with the current technical problem I'm having tonight. I'm still sad we didn't get MGS3 or MGS5 VR missions. MGS5 I think I can give some excuse for because that game is kind of designed to be an open-ended level select screen by design. But 3, on the other hand, there is no excuse. 3 is designed with a lot of very particular room-by-room challenges. It's a shame that we don't have a list of cool rooms for 3 to play through. Oh yeah, 4. 4 is even more offensive because there's even less cool rooms to play in 4. Where were those grenades spawning in? That's the one I keep running low on. Oops. It must be full of grenades. Ah! No! No! I think I should give this a retry. Oh wait, that's not the retry. I think it's this one? Yeah, re-NCR. There we go. Iniciando, re-NCR, Iniciando. Duh. I was doing better mashing the quick launch button than I was thinking about the quick launch button. Oh wait, can I do this while up in the air? Hey. So is there some kind of dodge that I might have been missing? Hang on a second. Like if you press the ninja run button at just the last minute. For some reason, I feel like I remember there being some kind of dodge that did not require the sword. Oh, I can just stand here. How nice. That'll take some tedium out of waiting for the weapon spawns. Although I think I pretty much decided by now that I'm considering the missile launcher to be a superior weapon than the hand grenade. It's so funny. Wait, what was the YB thing? I don't have a sword. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm running into danger to test it out. Okay, we'll give it one more go. I should call the stream, though, around this point. With the retrospect, I don't know how disappointed I am that I died where I did. It was a reasonably relatable error. Plus, we got several good hours of gameplay out of it. That was awesome! Oh, the camera lock on is toggle, not hold. I get it now. Oh, these poor guys. I just... No! Ryan, why did you hesitate? That would have been super cool. Okay, we have newfound control over the camera. New ways to launch rockets and grenades with the speed of a fucking... Ah! No! I'm failing, but I'm having fun. Oh my god, I think I know what Metal Gear fan movie you guys are talking about. No, I want to YB it with no sword. I was about to say gun, but it's the same thing.
This can't be happening.
I shouldn't find out. I should not be running so close up to it when it's still liable to be killing me. Oops, wrong button. I think the camera's doing some weird things. It's constantly pointing up the ramp up there. I can't tell if I activated that or not. Ah. Ah. I didn't even know he was still there. Got him. I didn't even know that guy was still there either. How do I avoid this thing if I can't slide? It has a running attack that can be very tricky to avoid. Hey! Nothing! We just get nothing. I was mashing YB, and we just cannot deal damage that way. I should have, well, now I know. Ooh.
You're supposed to be stronger than this.
Yeah, I am. But at least I now know not to succumb to the temptation of that YB business. I got ideas. This is how I'm supposed to play this, I bet. Yeah! Full grenades, full rockets. I'm figuring it out, I'm learning. Hey, I was having such a good run. Now, how do I do this? Maybe I need to keep running in circles while I'm up here? Hey, I was down. Yeah, I think the grenades are infused with nanomachine particles. Okay, so an exploit I just found out was to stand on one spot and toss grenades. Let's get out of here now. How come he's been shooting his quick aim rockets at the same guy? It's not been the guy I've been wanting to shoot. Just chuck everything I have left at it. Please, 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 go down. Oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus, imagine if that was the thing that killed me. It could have. I could imagine that. It's possible. Stupider things have happened. Oh, are we done? Are we good? That totally could have looked cooler if a better player was doing it. Wow. Is it aim on character direction or aim on camera direction? Not entirely sure. Nuevo Reco at 420, of course. Alright, that was satisfying. That was a lot of fun. That was Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That is the most fun I've had playing one of these games. In a while. Oops, oops, I began the mission again. No, let's not, but there's something to get out of Metal Gear Solid 5 and Peace Walker that I don't want to, rag on it too hard about, though. And it's just going to come out with replays on harder difficulties and in more portable formats, whereas with Metal Gear Rising, there's just some good stuff to enjoy right from the get-go right here at the beginning. Although the quality of the series in the second half roller coasts up and down, it roller coasts its way through some absolute bangers. We just finished an absolute banger, and we're about to play Ground Zeroes again, and then Metal Gear Solid 5 for the first time on Metal Gear Mondays. The Ground Zeroes stream, or the Ground Zeroes run, I expect to go quite well. We've had some practice in recent weeks. And if it doesn't go quite well, there are plenty of, what do they call them in that game? Extra ops. They're not VR missions, the extra missions. That'll pad out the 4 hours quite well. And then after that, the final game on the Permadeath extravaganza will be 5, Metal Gear Solid 5. So, to recap, we died from the bulldozer, the boss bulldozer in Metal Gear 1, a hole, a pitfall opening up in the floor in Metal Gear 2, scripted grenades at a forced combat section in Metal Gear Solid 1, unscripted normal guard combat in the plant chapter in Metal Gear Solid 2 when we had a real good groove going on and had maybe forgotten to equip the rations at the right moment. So, Metal Gear Solid 3, we played all the way up until almost the very end, when there was the closest thing that game has to a QTE in the cutscene, and that is shooting the bombs that are rigged to explode at the right moment in the before the thing in the cutscene gets to the point where you're supposed to shoot them is when I shot them, and that's why we failed that run. Metal Gear Solid 4 was interesting. I technically played that game twice on normal and hard, and I actually really enjoyed the hard mode in a way I have not enjoyed in that game before. That got me wanting more. I carelessly died to regular ordinary guard combat like in Metal Gear Solid 2, however far earlier in the game and far more clearly out of an accidental lack of keeping a ration equipped. Woo! That one stings the most. Yeah, that one stings the most. Peace Walker, the way I died in Peace Walker was pretty funny. Even though I saw less of the game and it should sting more, it does not for some reason. But in Peace Walker, I died from not being prepared for how many hits someone other than Snake can hit. Canonically speaking, in the Metal Gear Solid universe, it has been canonically confirmed that normal ordinary schmucks like Mr. Rhinoceros cannot take as many straight-up bullet shots to the chest that Snake himself can. So in Peace Walker, we were allowed to make a few mistakes. The run was going quite well. Until I switched to literally any other character, and then the run immediately ended. That's pretty speedy and disappointing, yes, but also funny, and I'm okay with that. Peace Walker ended when I tried to do Solid Snake stuff with Rhinoceros when I should not have. Rising ended... once again, somewhat disappointingly, at a bridge, at a QTE bridge. Yeah. A QTE bridge that kills a lot of players on their first run. I should not have been surprised. I foresaw it even coming. I expect I would have had a lot of fun if the run kept going. And, the older you get, the longer you get to witness in real time the micro milliseconds of you receiving consequence for pressing the wrong button. Measures of time that can be more appropriately thought up of in frames rather even than milliseconds. For 30 or more frames, which is a long time in gamer time. For 30 or more frames, I was thinking about my failure as I was watching Raiden slash his sword when he should have been running with his little feet. We had to call it quits for that. Alas. But it was still a fun run. It was still really fun. It was still really fun to refresh myself how ridiculously good this game still is. Another somewhat painful reminder that they do not make them like they used to. Next week is Ground Zeroes. That's going to be a good one.